If I would lose everything today, no Faceless YouTube channels, no team, and no audience, here's exactly how I would restart my YouTube automation business from scratch. And to show you what's possible, this is a channel that I started about 3 months ago on July 15th. Here's the first video that went live on July 15th, and it has now generated me over $12,000 with days peaking up to like $400 a day. Let me refresh this screen. You see it is real. This is something that's possible if you start and hit the right niche within 3-4 months of starting. I also have like 6+ client testimonials up on my YouTube here that you can see if you want to, from 9-to-5ers who started YouTube automation and changed their life around in 3-4 months doing this. I have more results here of these people that you can see and results that we have generated for channels. So yeah, I'm gonna explain to you what I would do based on my own results and results that I've gotten for others, of starting again with YouTube automation if you are starting from scratch as a beginner. Because it wasn't always like this. I wasn't always fully independent from YouTube automation. When I started this, I failed countless of channels. I got channels demonetized. I wasted time and money on niches and channels that made no sense and that I laugh about now when I see them. And that's the case for most people when starting YouTube automation. But that was until I finally found out what actually worked in this market. So in this video, I'm going to give you 4 steps or things that I would do if I would start from scratch. And step number 3 is where most people fail with starting YouTube automation. So make sure to stick around for that one. And step number 1 is getting your mindset right. And this sounds very boring and cliche, but you have to know what you are doing this for. What I've learned from the past few years working with people, I've been in online business myself for 5-6 years, and I've been lucky enough to not having to deal with a 9-to-5 job while doing these side hustles or online businesses. But what I've seen a lot from people that I worked with who do start YouTube automation is that they are working a job and a 9-to-5, and they are usually like, hey, I want to make some extra money on the side and potentially quit my job. And that is a great goal to have, and that's amazing. And some people do achieve that. But you need to have a clear why of actually getting this started, because it's not going to be easy starting an online business, doing YouTube automation, if you are working a 9-to-5 job, if you have maybe a partner and kids and a family. And maybe you will have to give up hobbies and time and the time that you spend with your family and friends to actually work on your channels, to learn the fundamentals, to find channels, test niches, make videos, do the scripts, do the voiceovers, do the video editing. And if you do not have a clear why in mind of why you are actually giving up time with friends or family or from hobbies to work on this, it's going to be very hard for you to keep on working on this consistently until you see success. And this is where most people go wrong with YouTube automation or any online business in general, is that they think they want the extra money and they think they want the freedom that comes with it. And sure, everyone would want that. But it's easy to say that you want to make an extra $3,000, $5,000, or $10,000 a month. But when it comes to doing the actual work and giving up the fun stuff that you have to miss out on to do the actual work, it becomes a lot harder to actually do that. So you have to clearly define what it is that you actually want and what it is that you actually want to achieve with this and what you are willing to give up to achieve that. And you will have to make time to learn the fundamentals. You will have to decide on one business model that you dedicate to. And again, if that why is not very clear to you, then you will get shiny object syndrome and you will start hopping from one program to the other, or one online business model to the other, or from one YouTube course to the other. And it's the same with the effort that you're going to be putting into these channels and into this business. If the why is not strong enough for you, and if it's not like clear in your mind why you are working on this and why you're giving up time to make this work, you're going to be slacking off. You're not going to be taking this serious. You're going to be scared to invest time and money into this. You're not going to be making the free time in the weekends and the evenings to actually do the research, start these niches and get stuff done. And again, this is the main thing that keeps people from succeeding and has people failing. It's not actually putting in enough work and thinking this is going to come easy and thinking that if they invest in a course or a coaching program or something, that is the work that they had to do. But actually, that is when the work starts. And the only way you're going to be succeeding with this is if you're going to be testing these channels and doing the work and making videos and spending time and failing some channels like everyone does, and then pushing through it until you finally find that winning niche and start making some extra money. But if the why is not clear, why you're doing this and why you're having to go through this pain, through this suffering, through this wasted time, through these investments that maybe not immediately pay off, then you're going to give up before you reach that. And that is honestly what happens to 70-80% of the people that do any online business or something next to their 9-to-5 job. They don't want it bad enough, and they don't know why they are actually doing it. Now, if you're not sure where to get started with doing this mindset work, I would recommend you to read 2 books. Book number 1 is called Master Your Mindset, and book number 2 is called Outwitting the Devil. And these 2 books really show you, clarify to you how important it is for you to set that goal and having a definite answer of what you want to achieve in life. Because if you don't have that, you're going to be drifting through life and you're going to get distracted. You will not be concentrated. You will not be driven to work towards your goal or your purpose. And you're basically not going to achieve the life that you want to achieve. So start by reading these 2 books if you are a complete beginner and are still in a phase where you are I do know I want more out of life. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to set a goal. And I don't know where to even get started, basically. Now that brings us to step number 2, and that is building a habit. And not necessarily building a channel or buying a pre-monetized channel. It's all about building the habit of taking action, whatever that action might mean and be in the current moment. So when you're starting out, you will have to understand and analyze and see what currently is the most important action for you to take to make YouTube automation successful or an online business successful. And like I just said, maybe that's still your mindset and you still have to work on that. Where most people go wrong with YouTube automation and taking action and doing the wrong thing sort of is they desperately want a monetized channel. And a lot of people pay to get a monetized channel. And once they have that monetized channel, they come to me and are like, hey, Casper, I got a monetized channel. It has all these videos posted, but it's not getting views, so it's not making me money. What do I do now? And even though the goal for them apparently is to have a monetized channel, if you're not getting views on that channel, you're not going to be making any money anyway. So you have wasted money on a channel that is probably in a weird niche that has fake subscribers, that has bad views from a country that you don't want to market your videos to. And now you need to go find a niche and get views on that channel. And that's going to be very hard because the YouTube algorithm is now probably biased and doesn't know who your audience is going to be. Apart from that, you just bought a fake channel or like a non-organically made channel, and you think you achieved something by having a monetized channel, but this channel is not doing anything for you, and you are still stuck having to find a niche, making videos and then posting videos and being consistent. So it's not so much about building the channel and having the channel. It's about understanding that you're going to have to take action, fail, iterate, and be consistent with this process until the thing that you want to achieve works for you, basically. With YouTube automation, it's fairly simple, this outline. It's doing niche search, doing research for a niche, setting up the channel, building videos, posting videos, and then testing if the videos work or not. And then based on your testing results and your views and your channel momentum or growth, kill the channel and do it again with another niche. Or if it works, move on. And basically these 4 or 5 steps, you just have to repeat with new niches and new channels until you hit what works. But if you are too busy buying pre-monetized channels and sort of like finding gray areas to get into the YouTube partner program to earn money from YouTube, you are sort of not focusing on the right thing. The right thing here is just getting in the trenches, making videos, setting up channels, and testing videos and seeing what sticks and works. Another great example here is that most people, if you ask them what their bottleneck is with YouTube automation, is that they cannot find a niche. But when you ask them what they've done to find a niche, they got nothing to show for. They don't have an Excel sheet with research. They don't have a list with channels that they're interested in or that are doing well and that they know the numbers from. The most videos on YouTube you see on YouTube automation channels, like educational channels like mine, is here are top 5 or top 10 niches for you to start in. And it's such a stupid content style, but it's the content style that gets the most views in the YouTube automation space, because people are so lazy that when they start with YouTube automation, they are not like, hey, let me use these 4 or 5 niche research methods and just do this every day for 1 or 2 weeks. And then I have like 20 to 30 channels up in my Excel sheet. And then I can pick one based on the numbers that I checked. Instead, they just want someone to tell them, hey, these are 5 niches that are doing well. And they're like, oh, wow, these niches are doing so well. These people must be so smart. I wish that was my channel, or I wish I could do that. But instead of watching these videos and dreaming about the niche that they can get into or the channel that they want to have, they watch these videos and they don't take the action and just test the niches and try it themselves. And so mine might sound a bit rough, but this is just a reality. And I know it can be hard and daunting to pick a niche and start a channel, invest your time and money, but there's only one way you're going to be finding out if something works, and that is by actually doing it. So the way you can overcome this is making a habit out of testing channels and videos, basically. And this is something I teach in my 5M system in my school community or through my coaching program, is that you basically want to set yourself a time frame of 90 days. And you promise to yourself that every single week in those 90 days, so 3 months, you're going to be posting 3 videos minimum. And you can start new channels. You can do this for different channels, but just make a habit out of writing scripts, doing the voiceovers, editing the videos, and then publishing it to a channel. And let's say if you test one niche with 10 to 15 videos, after 3 or 4 weeks, you have one channel done. If it works, good, scale it up, keep on doing what you're doing. If it doesn't work, kill it, find a new niche and keep on uploading. But make the habit out of actually taking action, creating videos, finding niches and setting it up. Don't overanalyze for weeks or months on something. Don't try to reinvent the wheel and do the most like crazy, unique, new idea there is. Just find something that works, mimic it in your own style. I have many videos on my channel on how to do this, like how to find your niche with AI and everything. And then just start posting videos in a niche and try it out. And don't just dream about it and think about it. Don't focus on your monetized channel. Don't focus on the results you are getting, the views you're getting, the money you will be getting. Just purely focus on the outputs that you are doing yourself, because that's the only thing that is in your control, and that is the action you take on the amount of videos you post every single week. Now, step number 3 is something that people love to skip, and that is mastering the fundamentals. So in my systems, the way I do things, I call it the 5M system, and it's basically 5 steps that you have to nail when doing YouTube automation. And this covers all the parts of the business model as a whole, and then there are sub-steps per step that you go through, basically. So here I have a short summary of the 5M Faceless method that I talk about. So at number 1, you have your mindset. You need to get your mindset right, like I just talked about. Then you need the market. So the market is basically the niche that you're going to be getting into. So you need a system to pick a proven high CPM and evergreen niche that you can get started in. And then you have after that model. So what kind of model or format or sub niche are you going to be handling in your niche? So basically there's one main like market or niche that you're going to be focusing on. And then in that market, there's sub formats or sub niches like listicles, like documentaries, like reactions, like news videos that you're going to be focusing on. And then after you have basically your mindset right, you know which niche and the sub niche you're going to be doing, then you need to start building your videos. So you need to learn how to write scripts. You need to learn how to do voiceovers. You need to learn how to do editing, SEO, building your channel, thumbnails, and then basically launching your channels. Especially machine here in this part is very important. Well, honestly, every step is very important, but in terms of the fundamentals, you need to get really good at finding and researching niches and being consistent with that. And then you also need to get good or like have an understanding of how to build your videos out. What you're going to be doing yourself. I would recommend you to do the scripts yourself, the voiceovers yourself with AI, and then get someone for the editing. But you need to have a rough idea how all these steps work and what kind of scripts get people to keep on watching your videos. You need to understand how the editing works and how to make a video look good editing wise. You need to know how to write titles that get clicks and make thumbnails that get clicks. These are all the fundamentals that you have to learn when you're starting YouTube automation. And you'd be surprised, but so often people ask me for channel reviews and they show me their channels and they have like shorts as long form videos. They have no thumbnails. They have super random titles. They have no niche in place. They have no sub niche in place. They have literally none of the fundamentals that makes a good YouTube channels in place. And then of course their channel is not going to get views because they have no clue what they are doing. They are just throwing shit at the wall and didn't bother to think about, hey, would I look at this channel myself? Do these thumbnails look good? Does this niche make sense? Do I make videos in the same format or the sub-market for my channel? And would this attract viewers to my channel and to grow my audience and subscribers? So get really good at the fundamentals and understand what these fundamentals are. Again, if you want more on this 5M framework, comment challenge below on this video, and we'll send you my free 5-day YouTube automation challenge, which is basically a 5-hour plus free course that you get on this 5M system, how to start your YouTube automation channel from scratch. The last thing I want to say to that, the new tools and the pre-monetized channels, they do not replace these fundamentals. So nowadays, every week there's a new AI tool coming out claiming that it's going to change the world and change YouTube forever. But it doesn't matter if you do not understand how to write a script using an AI tool, or how to make a thumbnail using an AI tool, or get a pre-monetized channel but don't know how to find your niche and your sub-niche. You need to understand the fundamentals before you get started, or you need to take action and learn along the way and have a rough understanding of how it works. But I would always recommend you to at least understand roughly the fundamentals and then take action to build your channel. Now, step number 4 is you have to launch a real project. And you cannot just think, hey, I'm going to try this channel for a few days or videos and then see if it works or not, and see if I earn $10,000 with it. And if I don't, then it's a scam and it doesn't work and I'm going to quit it. You have to, like I said in step 2 with the habits, you have to set like a 90-day deadline for yourself. And in this deadline, you have to make yourself a promise that you're going to take the actions towards finishing this project. And this can be launching 3 channels each with 10 videos each, for example. Or like I said, launching 3 videos a week for 3 months straight without missing a week. You have to write down sort of like a business strategy for yourself and a promise to yourself that for at least 3 months, you're going to do 3 videos. You're going to do 3 videos every single week, and you're going to try at least 2 or 3 channels. And you're not going to look at the money you make. You're not going to look at if your channel is monetized. Of course, you want to look at KPIs and improve it if you can. But most people focus way too much on making money at the start and not at learning how to do the action steps and just take action and do it. And because they focus on the wrong thing here, they upload 1, 2, or 3 videos. Even I always tell people, do at least 10, 15 videos on one channel for your test and then start looking at the numbers. People post 2 or 3 videos, maybe they get a few views on one, and then they come to me, Casper, why is my channel not monetized yet? Why am I not getting views? Why this? Why is it not working? And I give everyone the same answer. You need to post more. You need to give the algorithm time. You need to understand the fundamentals, and you just need to give it more time to work. Sure, online people share client success stories, or like the channel I showed you at the start. People can get results very quickly in some cases, but these are the outliers that you see online. Most people need more time to build a channel and monetize it. Most beginners need a few channels and niches tested before they get monetized and make 3K a month, 5K a month, 10K a month. So just set a project for yourself, 90 days, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, 3 videos a week for 3 months straight, and make the promise to yourself that you're going to stick to this and not give up after posting a few videos and failing your first channel, which is probably most certainly going to happen. And it's only fair for you to fail your first few times, right? Imagine if every single YouTube channel you launch when you're a complete beginner would make you so much money. Then everyone would do YouTube and it wouldn't make sense at all. Now, one last reason you need to set this project for yourself and go through the reps and fail is because you learn all the fundamentals by actually doing it. If you do 3 videos a week, you learn how to write the script, you understand how to do voiceovers, you learn how to manage freelancers, how to hire freelancers, how to have them edit your videos, how SEO works, how launching channel works. And the more you do this, the easier it becomes to find niches, to understand what works, what doesn't work, and how to quickly pivot and build new channels, new videos, and new teams for you to launch channels and make more videos. Now, these were the 4 steps that I would do if I would start from scratch. One last thing I want to give you, so it's like a secret bonus, step number 5, always scale what works. So the channel I showed you at the start that did over $13,000 in like 3 months, you want to double down on what works with YouTube. And specifically in my previous video, I talked about vertical and horizontal scaling. If you have a niche that works, start duplicating your niche in different languages. Start duplicating your niche with new formats. So the same niche, but different formats. And use your current winning channel and its momentum and its growth and its views and its audience to launch new channels and kickstart their way into monetization and growth. With the example I just gave you of that channel, I launched 2 new channels and they got monetized within 8 or 10 videos posted within a month, both of them. And now one of them already made me over $1,000. One of them is doing like $20, $30 a day at the moment. The other one is doing $50, $60 a day at the moment. So once you are going and you get the momentum and you find that niche, do not slack off. Do not pick another niche in a completely different market. Make more channels in the same market, maybe translate your channel to other languages and launch more and do more of what is working to scale up quick and not lose your momentum. So honestly, to summarize this all, it's all about mindset and execution and not about instant gratification and thinking you're going to be rich quick doing an online business. So step number 1, start with a clear why. What is it that you really want to do with this? Is it an extra $5,000 a month to quit your job? Do you want to pay off your bills, your mortgage? Do you want to go on one extra holiday every single year? Or do you want to build towards quitting your 9-to-5 job and just being completely free of that? Set that goal and work towards that. Number 2, get into the habit of doing and taking action. So don't just dream about stuff, actually take action and do it. Number 3, master the fundamentals. So the 5M system that I'm talking about, the mindset and then the niche, the sub-niche, the video production and the monetization. Understand all facets of the YouTube automation business before you really dive into it so that when you do take that action, at least what you are making makes sense and has a chance to get into the algorithm. And then step number 4, launch actual project, set a deadline for 3 months. Don't disappoint yourself. Put in the outputs, put in the videos every single week, make the niches, make the channels, and just start posting videos more. If I had known these steps years ago when I was starting, I wish I knew these steps when I was starting, and it sounds very obvious, but this is really the simple outline and roadmap to success with YouTube automation. Just test more, start doing more. Don't think about it too much. Don't look for that one-off special new ID. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just start posting more videos in good niches. Now, lastly, if you want a shortcut to success and the full written out and video guide on this 5M system and how to find profitable faceless niches with my take on it, and when you want my opinion or me reviewing your niches, for example, to get to success quicker and not make stupid mistakes like I made a lot in the past years, then click the link in the description and join my premium Faceless Tuber School community. This is a monthly community where you have full courses, guides, templates, PDFs, and direct access to me. If you join on the yearly plan, you even get 3 free one-on-one calls with me where I make a custom roadmap specifically based on your situation. This is not some coach that I outsourced it to. It's with me one-on-one on a Zoom call if you join the Faceless Tuber School. So link in the description. I hope to see you inside. And now it's time for you to start making some ugly videos and start taking action. And then who knows, by the start of 2026, maybe you have a channel that also did over $12,000 a month within 3 months. Now, there's millions of niches that you can get started in, but I can tell you one thing. If you start in one of the 5 niches that I talk about in this video right here in the end screen, then you will never succeed with YouTube automation. So click this video right here to find out which niches you should always avoid.